both teams, I believe, readying up. So FroyoJiminy versus Warpigs. Just really quickly to run down the rosters. You got Branchlam and Gungan going to be the scouts. Banny and Patty going to be the soldiers. Artist on demo. Hubada on medic. Then on the other side of things, you got Tansum, JFK as your scouts. Dingo, Kyloforce the soldiers. We got Jebediah Townhouse on demo, and Blindspell is the medic as the mid does go live. Dingo getting launched high up in the sky. Narrowly misses some damage, but still craters anyways. Banny going in for a fadeaway bomb. Patty is going to commit so much damage, and he's chasing a huge nuke coming out from Patty onto all of those escaping Warpig players. It's only going to be Jebediah and Kylofor. The last one's up. Kylofor is over in IT, maybe trying to stop mid, but is going to be met with the rockets of Banny. Not going to be able to do much of anything, and Gungan is just going to be able to clean them up. So essentially a mid wipe in the favor of FroyoJiminy. It is going to be Warpigs on their last. Dingo taking a lot of damage over in rollout, is barely going to be able to stay alive and meet back up with their team, and FroyoJiminy in a very good position to take this first round.
Yeah, with Froyo here in a very, very optimal position, sitting on that 80% Uber ad. Banny is spotting in through 5, just trying to peek for some information, get as much info for the rest of his team as possible. And it looks like we're waiting for them to use in. Demo is going to bomb forward. Artist is going to get sent into the stratosphere, but is going to be able to get flashed just before landing. It looks like Kylo wants to bomb that point, but isn't going to be able to find anyone. And just based off of pressure alone, all the players on Warpig hiding through their spawn, Froyo is going to be able to find that first round in just under a minute 30, if I do stand correct. And that is going to make that scoreline 1-0 again. And we're going to be going into this next mid, highly anticipating what Froyo wants to do for this coming fight. It looks like Patty already forward by a large margin, getting a lot of damage. Banny now going to be jumping forward onto that blue crate, trying to get some early pressure. A lot of players on the side of Warpigs are low, and there's just not a lot of damage coming out as Kylo now goes down. Brandslam going to be able to find it now, going to be able to find Tansum as well. Double bomb into that choke. It is going to be Brandslam finding Jebediah Townhouse. Now Brandslam finding JFK as well on that 4K. He's chasing deep. He wants Blind Spell. It is going to be, I believe, that was Gungan finding another kill as well. He does manage to ball the beam, and just before he gets into the spawn, Brandslam chases him down for the 5K. They don't even have to cap second yet before they can get things set up on last. It looks like Banny going to be absolutely obliterating the other team as they can't even walk out of the right side of their spawn. They're going to keep trying to commit to walking out of right. They're already on last. It's just getting capped. There's nothing that Warpigs can do here. And that's the second round done already. That was less than a minute.
That was, I believe, less than a minute, and I mean, listen, we're talking a lot about the DM of a Warpig eSports, and they do have some really great DMers, some people with some insane DM, but the thing is, you're going up against Froyo, but not just Froyo, FroyoJiminy. I mean, Brandslam and Gungan are some exceptional scouts. Brandslam in particular is just a monster. The man can just hold W, and it pays off because he's just that good. And now we go on to another mid. Banny, actually very weak, over by the enemy team. Sewer is going to get rushed down by Tansam, is going to be able to be traded out. Brandslam getting that pig, finds another onto Kylofor, so it is going to be player advantage for FroyoJiminy. Actually, Brandslam taking a lot of damage, not going to be able to chase, at least initially. Maybe an opportunity for Warpigs to try and get set up here, but Jebediah just gets run at by Gungan and Artist, and these chokes are completely free. However, the silver lining is that it seems like Blindspell should be able to stay alive. JFK just trying to poke these angles, see if maybe there's some way he can get a cheeky pick onto Hubada, but there's none at the moment, so they're just going to all back up onto last, get everyone nice and healed up, settle into this defense, and try and make sure that these lock down these doorways, because otherwise you just know FroyoJiminy are going to be able to walk through this and generate some momentum.
Hard agree, and I think we're witnessing right now, Froyo wants to take this in, but with those Ubers being even, it is kind of hard for them to try and get into last, especially now that they've lost Patty. They know that they have a gun. They're not going to be able to push in with that player being down. It does look like Warpig is going to be committing to holding that last. They're not sending out any kind of counter. Dingo does go down here. Maybe that was their counter attempt on the side of Warpig, but I'm not too sure. I think they died too early for it to really be determined, but effectively that is their sack, as we now see Hubada, Banny, and Gungan trying to push through one here, at least spot through one bare minimum. They are going to be able to find JFK. Gungan now going down to the sentry. it is just chilling on top of the point, waiting for anyone to peek it. Sentry does go down as Artist lands some lock and load pipes onto it. You know, lock and load, unlock abuse, whatever you want to call it. Does look like we have Brand Slam a little deep, but is able to get out. No one really recognizes that he's out of position there and doesn't push him. And now it's a big bomb forward coming from Banny, saved by the beam once, but not able to be saved twice as Tansum finds that final shot onto him. Brand Slam going to be able to trade him out, though, so it's not all doom and gloom, as Dingo now goes down by the hands of Gungan. And now, Gungan getting taken down by Jebediah Townhouse, 255 at yahoo.com. What a long name. Managing to find that lock and load pipe onto him. It is going to be Patty and Brand Slam trying to go forward to make something happen, and they're both going to die for it, as Jebediah now finds another kill, and FroyoJiminy is going to have to back all the way up to pipe here in anticipation for a sack from Warpig, but we haven't seen anything yet, and now Froyo is looking to play a little bit more forward. The sack does come out from Kylo, but it's a little too late as Artist is able to find JFK. Now Banny jumping forward to catch off Tansum, isn't able to find that pick. But right now, it seems like we're witnessing a little bit of a stalemate. I don't think Froyo wants to take this in if they don't have to, but wait a minute. Looks like they're going in for a sack. Patty trying to find something here. Banny and Patty now dying. No soldiers alive for the side of Froyo Tech. Kylo does die at the bare minimum by the hands of Gungan with the help of Brand Slam, but they're not able to really get anything off of that. With the sentry being gone, that is beneficial. JFK is looking at the right side, trying to stare down Hubada. Does manage to find Gungan with Brand Slam dying as well. Froyo is going to have to play all the way back over by pipe yet again. We just keep seeing the same things over and over and over from the side of FroyoJiminy right now, and it looks like the last hold from Warpigs is just too strong at the moment.
Yeah, the last hold for Warpigs is pretty good, but the thing is, you give FroyoJiminy just enough opportunities to try and make something happen. Eventually, they will. They've been sacking in a lot of players, and Warpigs haven't been able to push out. I mean, there's been times where FroyoTech have been down 3, where you definitely should at least try and pressure, especially when they've been down like very important players like Artist, Brand Slam, and Banny. They still haven't been able to get anything going. They are going to lose Brand Slam again over in lobby. I think Brand Slam is playing flank scout, so that's not going to stop FroyoTech from maybe trying to go for this Uber exchange. There's only 30 seconds left before a round reset, so they are going to go for it. Now they take down the dispenser and the sentry gun. The counter Uber is going to come out from Warpig Esports. All they have to do there is make sure that FroyoTech don't get onto the point, because then they can send themselves to a round reset. They do find one onto Gungan. Jebediah is going to go down. Trades happening all across the board. Brand Slam now coming back in with the heals. It's looking a lot better for FroyoJiminy. They stand on the point. There's no one to really stop them. There's just a heavy, but problem with the heavy, too slow, and FroyoJiminy are going to make that Uber exchange work after everything else. All their sack attempts weren't fruitful.
Yeah, unfortunately for Tansum there, he kind of has to sit and just chill by that wall that he was sitting by while he tries to shoot the players on the point, because if he stops shooting, they're just going to cap the point for free. There's no pressure for them to really stop trying to fight. So unfortunately for Warpig there, they're not quite able to mount up a good enough defense, and they are going to lose that round to Froyo. As the scoreline, it's now 3-0. Still winnable from Warpig if they decide they want to lock in. Banny is going to be able to find Kylo here, and now I think Patty's going to be jumping forward, not looking for the beam, just looking for a pick on anyone, really, to force out Warpig. And it looks like Artist is going to be able to clean up JFK, and I think Dingo here may potentially perish as well, as he is isolated from his entire team and just gets absolutely sandwiched between all of the players on FroyoJiminy here. And it looks like Froyo's already moving into last, trying to get some pressure up on these spawns. We do have Artist coming in, setting up some stickies on the left side, but it's a little too slow, a little too late, as they're all on the side of Warpigs out from their right spawn. And now Froyo has to get away. Jebediah switching to the quickie bombs, unless they've had that out the whole game. I'm pretty certain they've been running stock up until now. Is going to be able to find Patty at the tail end of that fight, and now Froyo has to anticipate some kind of sack, which comes out from Dingo. Doesn't land any rockets onto Hubada, though, and will manage to keep the Uber alive for the side of Froyo Tech. But that Uber does come out now, looking to maybe get some kills and kill whatever's in front of them, as the Froyo Tech Uber, the FroyoJiminy Uber rather, has now faded. The Uber for the side of Warpigs has now also faded as well. It does look like Hubada is trying to get out with Gungan, but they have Brand Slam on last. The entirety of Warpigs went too far forward and didn't watch their flanks, and unfortunately paid the price for it. And now the score for Froyo is 4-0. It is match point now. If Warpig doesn't lock in, they're going to be sent down to that lower bracket.
Yeah, they are. I mean, this has just kind of been the Brand Slam Gungan show. They've been doing so much work. These scouts have had free reign to do whatever they want, and at the moment, it seems like what they want is to get kills and win, and they've been doing exactly that. Now, Banny going to be going in for a fadeaway bomb, just get some early damage off. We see Kylo4 over on the high ground, getting shoved off by the scouts. Banny going in for a bomb, not going to be able to find anything just quite yet. Patty trying to follow up. Both soldiers going to be down for FroyoJiminy. Hubba, very weak as well, is going to have to bait their team just for a little bit, allowing everyone else on a Warpig to get some space here. They are going to lose one in Brand Slam, and with that, that is going to be the first mid that FroyoJiminy have lost. Much needed if you are Warpigs, because you have to try and get back into this somewhere, but losing Jebediah early, trying to pressure 2 and Kylo4 is not how you want to do that. Immediately, FroyoJiminy going to be able to come right back in, and the tides have completely turned. Now it's only going to be 2 Warpig players trying to get out. It's JFK and Blindsfeld. They disconnect, allowing Blindsfeld to safely... No! Banny with the rocket drops him, and that is going to be disaster for Warpigs. JFK finds 1 in IT, but it might be a little bit too little too late.
Yeah, I think with that drop there, Warpig doesn't have a lot of opportunity to try and recoup and, make something happen here. Unless they can throw a soldier out of forwards through that choke and have him land onto Hubada and get that force out, there's not a lot for Warpig to do. Maybe they can kite around this Uber effectively. Maybe we'll see a little bit of a choke or a little bit of a beef coming out from the side of FroyoJiminy, but from the looks of it right now, that doesn't seem to be the case. They're confident in what they want to do. I can already see them trying to take lobby. They're being slow and methodical with it while still maintaining that ad. It's about 40% ad now, so they do need to make a decision quick on what they want to do, as the ad is very much dwindling. It's not dwindling very quickly, but they are trying to build this out, and it does look like they're going to come through 2 with about 10% left until the side of Warpigs gets that Uber. Gun has not yet gone down. Finally, it goes down from the hands of Artist. A little bit of cap time coming out from Gungan, but that Uber does come out from the side of Warpigs here, and the actually, that's a crits Krieg. Jebediah gets a 3K, I think, with 1 sticky there from the crits, and Artist managing to keep themselves alive, finding Dingo there in the choke. Little maybe drop a don't ever in chat. I don't know. That's you could BM off of that one, I feel.
Well, regardless if they did or not, Patty has another opportunity to make a big play, because they're up on the sniper as they kind of settled in to a stalemate here. It is going to be even Ubers, so no real imminent kind of push coming out from any of these teams, because they're just going to settle down and try and figure out how to play things. Seems like FroyoJiminy has gone with the sniper pick. He scoped over towards IT, I guess maybe just anticipating the players on a Warpigs to try and go for something here, and it seems like they maybe think they have bigger ad than they do, because Hubada already has 95%. They already have 100%, and FroyoJiminy can come right back in with their own Uber. I don't know if that was a miscount from the players on Warpig, but they are going to lose their medic as a result.
With Handsome?
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're all coming through blue choke. What in the...
Yeah, they have all wrapped behind the FroyoJiminy players, so now it is going to be a 3v3, but FroyoJiminy do have the heals advantage.
JFK is going to be landing on Hubada.
Onto Hubada. Oh my god, nice stuff from Gungan, and they're just going to be able to outcap. All these soldiers have to come in. One gets denied. Now Tansum, can they do anything? No. A combo of Banny, Gungan, and Hubada, too much for them to handle, and that's just going to allow... They're already on last.
Yeah, Banny jumps into last there, getting some early eyes drawn for his team. Hubada's going to walk through about just under half HP. Banny going to be rebombing from the left, curving over to right spawn. Isn't going to be able to find any picks, but gets so much damage. Gungan going to be able to find Jebediah, and that's a 5-0 victory for the side of FroyoJiminy here. And the post-game drop just to add salt to the wound. This is very unfortunate map for Warpigs, but you can also say you went 14 minutes against the FroyoTech. Well, not even the FroyoTech. This is a little bit of a mixture. You went 14 minutes against the mixture of 2 of the, I feel, stronger invite teams this season.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's kind of, what can you do? I mean, it's like you said, one of the stronger teams in invite mashed together. And so it's going to be a very quick 5-0 in the favor of FroyoJiminy. I'm just going to look at the logs, even though they're not going to tell us too much because it was essentially a roll. But I mean, Banny, 407 DPM, man's a beast. Everybody knows it. Nothing too surprising there. But Jebediah, you got to give props to them. 384 DPM. Pretty good considering they were on the losing end of that 5-0 roll. And, at least bare minimum doing their job, pumping out that damage, but unfortunate not able to really make anything work off of it. So that was the 5-0 in the favor of Froyotech, quite dominantly so.